Yeah, Silent Hill TDS, what's up? Yeah, come on. I.O.W. Sports Network, late night edition. Let's go. Come on.
We about to raise the bar. Wild card Mar. Everybody grab a seat, cause you know we about to spark. Late night sports talk. Modelo Le Cigar. Man, you don't wanna start. Wild card Mar. We about to raise the bar. Wild card Mar. Everybody grab a seat, cause you know we about to spark. Late night sports talk. Modelo Le Cigar. Man, you don't wanna start. Wild card Mar. Hey. L Boogie with the hot flame, ashtray full of top names, little tree for your membrane. This the 9-hour time frame. I just snatched up a 6-pack, got my hands on a lid pack, whipping up a little batch of snacks. Yeah, man, I think I'm all set. Late night, can't sleep. Go ahead and just tap in. Better grab you a cold one, and we about to get some laps in. Wild card on the microphone, he'll hit you with a couple flurries. Y'all need to just strap in for some entertainment sports commentary. About to raise the bar. Wild card Mar. Everybody grab a seat, cause you know we about to spark. Late night sports talk. Modelo Le Cigar. Man, you don't wanna start. Wild card Mar. We about to raise the bar. Wild card Mar.
Yeah, about to raise the bar. Wild card Mar. What up, peoples? What's going on? Your man Wild card Mar back in the building. I hope everything is wonderful for you all. Hope you all had a fantastic weekend. Hope you got to watch a lot of sports. Yeah, man. Thank you. Like, share, subscribe. Y'all know what the deal is. Excuse me, I had to just, make sure my lips weren't ashy. All right, I'm a snob for having moisturized lips. I should have not said any of that statement. That sounded crazy as hell. But hey, y'all tuned in. Hey man, we got a lot to talk about. Obviously, we'll talk about some baseball. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. I grew up watching his dad play. Now I'm watching him play. Love to see it. He got paid from the Toronto Blue Jays. We'll talk about that. And the reason why I'm talking about this, because I just want to have just like this conversation about, about money when it comes to these certain sports, who gets what, who should get what, we'll have that quick little conversation. But I just want to start right here. I know last week I kind of, we'll talk about the national championship in just a second. It was a great game. It was a great finish. All right. A great finish. Absolutely loved the national championship for the men's this year. It played out a lot better than the women's. We'll also talk about that as well. But I want to start right here because I'm a big Alexander Ovechkin fan. I was talking about him last week. I was also, boasting him up, bigging him up, because I am a big Alexander Ovechkin fan. I'm a hockey fan as well, but I'm a big Alexander Ovechkin fan. Obviously, I don't have a team in Kansas City, so I root for, certain players, and he was one of the first guys in hockey that I kind of latched on to and just, became a big fan of him. But obviously, I want to give Alexander Ovechkin his props. Big props for what he just did. Great OV8. Shout out OV8. Again, I talked about it on a Wednesday show. If you want to hear my comments again, go back to it. But I just want to give OV8 his big love right now for passing Wayne Gretzky on the all-time NHL scoring list. A record that me personally, I didn't know if I would ever see broken because, in hockey, Gretzky is their Jordan, all right? He's their Jordan. And, I didn't think that anybody would come close to his scoring record, but here we are with a new scoring leader in hockey, and that is the great Alexander Ovechkin, Russia's greatest import, besides vodka and some of them freaky Russian women that they got. I'm gonna pay for that comment later. My wife's probably gonna get me later for that one, but I don't care. Regardless, shout out to OV8. No, definitely shout out to OV8. But hey, you know what? Speaking of OV8, let's listen to some foolery real quick.
And marvel at the greatness of LeBron James, along with the durability of a LeBron James, and then bring up the fact that, Ovechkin played for the same team for 20 years, and as a result, that's hockey. A plus. Yeah. It's still hockey. Now, obviously, that category that you brought up is paramount if you're talking about winning, because obviously you got to adjust to new teammates, et cetera, et cetera. But if you're not a score, you're not a score. It's just that simple. So being a hockey player and being somebody, just because you play with one team, all right, and you have to make adjustments to new personnel, doesn't stop you from losing your ability to score. I'm looking at a LeBron James. Yeah, you went to 3 different teams, but he won with all 3 teams. Okay, and his durability is scored with all 3. Consistently a career 27-point per game scorer. Not to mention the fact that, again, while winning and scoring 27 points per game, the durability factor, he has been one of the most, if not the most durable athlete in modern NBA time.
Alex Ovechkin has been more durable. Alex Ovechkin has been more durable than LeBron James over his career. Go look at the numbers. Based on the simple fact of the sport that he's playing, we can't compare these two. I don't see the comparison. We're playing football on ice.
No, you never do.
Games.
You never do.
Hold on, 82 games. Alex Ovechkin, 82 games, is getting hit, dishing out hits. LeBron's not taking those hits. He's not taking the same abuse, guys.
You make it seem like Ov is an anomaly. Okay, Ov is an anomaly. How many 6'9", 260-pound basketball players have you ever seen be able to handle the ball, do everything LeBron James has been able to do? Tell me the time. Name another basketball player that's comparable to LeBron James. I'll wait. Take your time.
Well, hold on. No one's talking about LeBron James not being special. He is special.
But you want me to hold on. 230, 240.
Yeah. But I'm not saying that LeBron James isn't special. If we want to talk about greatness in basketball, that's a whole different conversation. I'll compare a bunch of other players. Yeah, but what I'm saying, LeBron's great, but he ain't Kobe, he ain't Jordan for me.
That's PK Subban, former NHL player, now a analyst at ESPN. Obviously, him. He was making his case. Well, you know what they do on First Take. They had the comparison of, how great Alexander Ovechkin is to the greatness of LeBron James, and to be honest, I don't know. I don't know how. Look, here's my thing: Shannon and Stephen A. Smith. All right. Here's my problem. Neither one of y'all played hockey. How are you two are going to tell a former NHL player what that sport does to their body? All right. Now, I'm a sports fan. All right. And I watch hockey. And I'm just going to say this. They get after it. All right. They on ice, but they ain't figure skating, damn it. It like PK said, it's football on ice. And if one of those two individuals should have understood that, I thought Shannon would have understood that point that PK made. But then again, Shannon Sharp's part of that LeBron sexual fan club of the media that always glazes him and will never say anything bad about LeBron. So let's get that and put that in the context. All right. You may not admit it, Shannon, but I've seen enough of you on TV on your time on FS1 and First Take that you are one of the biggest Bron Glazers. All right. He can't do no wrong in your eyes. And that's crazy, because when you have topics like that, you're not looking at it through, an objective lens. You're pretty much looking at it very, very, very close-minded. Now to PK's point, all right? I'm just going to throw out Alexander Ovechkin's durability, because this is what pretty much is that clip was. And remind y'all, hockey players play 82 games, just like NBA players. Rookie year, 81. Next year, 82, 82, 79, 72, 79, 78. Had a big injury in 2012. Missed some time, so 48 games. 78, 81, 79, 82, 82, 81, 68, 45 back in 2020. That was COVID year. So can't really fault him for that. 77, 73, 79, 61. No worry, PK Subban. I got you, dog. They didn't want to look at the numbers. And they work at ESPN. They got all the statisticians everywhere, got all the people that could have done that for them. But Stephen A. and Shannon think they know every damn thing, even about sports that they ain't ever played. And they thought that they know about LeBron so well that they aren't even paying attention that somebody in that field is telling them about the greatness of their great guy in their sport. So when you're trying to have this comparison, you're not even trying to open up your eyes or your ears. Or how about use them big ass damn contracts you're getting from ESPN and go pay somebody to go, oh, they do that for you. How the hell you two sacks of shit that lazy that y'all couldn't go look up that information right there? I just did that in the middle of watching the show. I did that in the middle of recording a live show. Ladies and gentlemen, as y'all saw me talking about this, I'm on my phone and I'm looking up the stats. PK Subban told no lies. Alexander Ovechkin is one of the most durable players in that sport. It's pretty much only one season he had an injury and missed significant time. He missed significant time this year, but 61 out of 82 is still damn near, he damn near played 3/4 of the season still. And that was after a significant knee injury. And then he goes around and scores almost 40 games. And at such an amazing clip, his goal ratio was crazy. Next thing you know, there's 8 games left in the season, and he has almost like 6 goals he got to score. And he knocks it out in almost 4. Come on now. What are we doing? Bobby G. Shout out my bro. Shout out Bobby G. Y'all make sure y'all like, share, subscribe to my brother's content. And make sure you like, share, subscribe to the Audible podcast every Thursday and Friday. All right? Shout out to my bro. I just think sometimes when you're having that conversation of comparison greats in other sports, let's have everything in the context. That's all I'm saying. Because that clip is just talking about durability, and that's fine. We can have, all I'm saying is have that conversation, and start nitpicking, trying to, find out where you can make the, I guess, differences on who's quote unquote better. It's still hard to come up with a finite answer. I'm fine with just saying that Alexander Ovechkin is great in his field. I'm fine with saying LeBron James is great in his field. I'm fine with that. But one thing I'm not going to do is have Stephen A. and Shannon Sharp acting like what PK Subban is something that's crazy or something that can't happen or can't be done. God forbid, nobody else can be great. Come on now. I get it. Y'all fans of Bron. But don't be closed-minded to the fact that there's other greatness in athletes in other sports. Come on. Let's not do that, fellas. Anyway, let's move on. Because I ain't going to spend too much time on clowns like Shannon and Stephen A. All right. I know I had to whoosh out for just a quick second. Just a whoosh out. Just a quick second as we transition. All right. To this next topic. Because it was Final Four weekend, y'all. It was Final Four weekend, and let's start with the men's because it was the freshest. It was tonight. All right. Did you watch the game? Obviously I watched it because that was primarily the little 30-minute delay on the start of this show. I usually try to start around 10-ish. I be on CP time, 10-ish, Central Time, and I'm on Central Time. But regardless, I'm here. But I wanted to watch the end of that national championship game, and boy, I'm glad I did. I didn't want no distractions. All right. If you missed the last of that game, no worry. Your boy Mark got you. Yeah. So this is pretty much right here, the final play of the national championship. Now, you see the time, 19 seconds. So Houston has time. They're obviously coming up with a play. And you can tell they're going for the win because they are not trying to go to the hole or nothing. Watch this defense. Wow. Wow. That's grade A defense right there. Grade A defense right there, baby. Don't tell me defenses don't win championships no more. It's a lie. Because he just did. And he won it in dramatic fashion. That was awesome. That was absolutely awesome. What a way to finish a national championship game. All right. That was absolutely masterful, beautiful. Just got to give props. Give props. All right. Just got to give props to the Florida Gators. Man, it's been a while since we called Florida Gators champions, right? 2006, 2007. Yeah. Been a minute, huh? Yeah. I'm Bobby said, we lost because your ass can't pump fake. I'm beating your ass in the locker room. Hey, man, I just got to give credit to Florida. That was just great defense. They guarded pretty much every ounce or every space of on that court on that inbound play. They made sure that everything was contested. Guy went ahead and I forgot his name. He just went ahead and just jumped in there. He said, if you're gonna take this shot, I'm gonna make you, he forced him to let it go, and he couldn't double dribble. I get it. There's gonna be some teammates that's gonna be mad. But at the end of the day, you got 19 seconds left on the clock. All right. You're only down 2. I get it. You want to go for the win. Me personally, maybe quicker in the shot clock. And look, I'm not going to question Kevin Sampson. I'm not going to catch. Kevin Sampson, I'm not going to question him. That man has probably forgotten more basketball than I know. So I'm not going to question him. But, and here's the but. We just got to be honest. There's a difference on why good coaches sometimes can't break through to being great coaches. There's levels. Kevin Sampson, I think he's a phenomenal coach. Absolutely phenomenal. But there's levels. There's levels to this. All the coaches I've seen in my lifetime in college basketball, I can't put him on the same level as a Roy Williams, as a Coach K. Hell, as a Bill Self. People sleep on Bill Self. Bill Self has quietly won a couple of national championships and turned himself into a great coach. But I can't put Kevin on that same level as them. He hasn't he hasn't won on that consistent level as them. I remember what he did back in Oklahoma when he was here in the Big 12. I remember that. I grew up watching him dominating Big 12. I remember that. But I also remember that there was times where if he wasn't winning it, Roy Williams was winning it in the Big 12. Then Roy Williams goes to North Carolina. Then Kevin, the juice phase at Oklahoma, he ends up in Indiana. It didn't work out there. He ends up in Houston. And he's been there for the last few years. And he's been doing great. He's one of those coaches that's going to get you a lot of regular season wins. He's going to recruit well. He's going to get the team. Love what Houston is doing. Matter of fact, I love the video that they released, the practice. They getting after it, getting on the floor. But they just didn't have enough juice. Here's a problem I have with Kevin Sampson as a coach, as a basketball coach, of what I've always seen from him throughout the years. Is his team going to be prepared? Yes. Are they going to play tough? Yes. Are they going to hustle? Yes. That's not the problem. The problem is when it matters the most, where's the offense? That's always been his problem, Kevin Sampson as a coach. Where is the offense when you need it? He's had remember, he coached the Griffin boys, Blake, and his brother. The other one didn't make it to the NBA, I don't think so, but regardless, he's coached some players now. He's got some athletes in Houston. But if you look back at all of his teams, he's never had like that true score. He's never had that guy that's going to, easily is a walk-in 20, a walk-in 25, keeping your offense in rhythm going. Keep doing what that does. The defense, not the problem. Hustle, not the problem. They're going to get the alley-oops. They're going to force the turnovers. Y'all saw what they did against Duke in that comeback. You force the turnovers, give yourselves a chance, take away from them, add for you. It worked. But you didn't have enough offense to keep Florida away. And Florida's just a damn good team. This is the reason why these two teams were in the national championship. Reason why this game ended the way it did. They're pretty similar. Both athletic. Both are going to get after it. You saw the winning play. Homeboy got on the floor. Give me that ball. Come on. But shout out to the Florida Gators, man. But I got a soft spot for Kevin, man, because I'm like, man, is he ever going to get one? Because I think he's a phenomenal coach, but the only problem is he's not on that level. He can't break through. He can't get there to the Roy Williams, the Coach K's, the Bill Selfs. Hell, he can't even be put in the same breath as a Bob Knight, a Jim Boeheim. I can't put him in that same atmosphere. Because when it matters, he ain't getting the job done. And that's just a fact. Because at the end of the day, they can count as many regulars. If Kevin was such a phenomenal coach, he wouldn't have that many jobs. I'm sorry. You've been coaching that long, you can't be phenomenal all the time. There's going to be some down years. Some of them down years might cost you your job. The he's bounced around a couple of times. He ain't immune to the typical coach's blues. He's not immune to it. But I can't put him on that same level as those other great basketball coaches in college basketball history that have won and done it on a crazy level. Jim Calhoun. How dare I forget him? So, come on now. You just got to call a spade a spade. And even in the short time that Dan Hurley has been coaching, he just won back-to-back national champions before this year. I don't even know if I could put Kevin on the same level as Dan Hurley. I'm just saying. Regular season victories are cool. I get it. But I'm sorry. I must be old school. I'm old school where all that is all fine. It builds your career. It looks good. You know, I get it. But you got to win the big dog. You just can't, you know. That's like me always showing up to the prom. I got a date. But you know what I'm trying to do at the prom, baby. I'll be damned if I walk away with blue balls. Come on. Oh, you got that girl? But did you hit? But did you hit, though? If you ain't hit, then what we talking about? It's the same in sports. Yeah, you got there. But did you win? Okay. I'm not a participation trophy kind of guy. I'm just not. I'm not about to just praise everybody. No. There's a winner, there's a loser. Well, you want me to praise you for losing admirably? Good job. You lost in a fantastic way. How much sense does that make? What are you talking about? Well, let's flip this. Let's talk about the ladies, though. Talk about the ladies. Do my ladies run this mother? Hell yeah. Uconn ladies do. The Uconn ladies, they just did something that I haven't seen with my own two eyes in a long. I don't think I've seen this at all. I have never seen South Carolina, a Dawn Staley South Carolina team, get out-coached, outplayed, out everything. Out everything. Outshot, out-blocked, out-assisted, out. Anything with out. They did it more than damn South Carolina. Out. And they told them to get out and said, pack your shit and get up out of here. We taking the natty. And they did. Shout out to the Uconn women. They dominated. Pretty much, I think it was pretty much second quarter on, it was theirs. First quarter, I'm thinking, I'm like, man, we just might get another phenomenal national championship game from these ladies. It's gonna get down to the nitty gritties, and that's what I was expecting. I don't know about y'all. I don't know about the rest of the world. I know what I was expecting. I was expecting South Carolina, and I was expecting Uconn. Two premier women's basketball programs in the world. Right now, I thought that they was going to put on a basketball clinic. I thought that they was going to put on such an absolute beautiful display of basketball and just have the whole world just going crazy about watching that damn national championship over and over and over again. And yeah, Uconn had other plans. They sure did. They had other plans. They said, damn it, no. They said, Gino, they sleeping on you, Gino. You've been here at Uconn for 40 plus years. You got 11 national championships. But for some reason, they disrespecting you for Dawn Staley, who, by the way, is a phenomenal coach. 3 national championships. Was going for back-to-back. Won 3 in the last 4. She's starting to build something resembling the same kind of, hemisphere of what Gino did or is continuing to do in Uconn. So I was for sure yeah, man, we about to get this dope matchup. Domination. Complete domination. And it was a whole team effort from Uconn. They put the whooping stick. I mean, literally, just dismantled. Obviously, I was disappointed in the game and the score. But you know what bothers me is when you you go on the internet and you see all these conversations, and sometimes you know, I don't want to pay attention to it because I think it's, you know, bullshit. But for the sake of conversation, I entertain some of it, and let's talk about it right here. So some of the talk that I was seeing after the game is there was a lot of people that were, you know, they couldn't wait to see the viewers, the numbers. Oh, the Caitlin Clark effect is so real. Look at the viewership. 4.1 million compared to what, 11, 12? What they were doing the last 2 years with Caitlin. All right, okay, you Clarkians. That's the name I coined, y'all, because y'all about to annoy the shit out of me just like these LeBron sexuals. All right, you Clarkians. I get it. Y'all like Caitlin Clark. I like Caitlin Clark too. That's fine. We can like Caitlin Clark. But what does Caitlin Clark have absolutely anything to do with this national championship? Not a damn thing. She ain't even eligible. Got no more eligibility left. She can't play in this national championship. Why are people having a conversation about, you know, Paige Beckers, there ain't no damn Caitlin Clark? All right. Since we're going there, let's have it. All right. I get it, guys. We got to have this debate of the best great white girl point guard in college basketball history. I guess we got to have that debate too, huh? We got to have it. Come on now. Really? Caitlin Clark was awesome. Had a great career. All right. Paige Beckers. She had some injuries, but for the most part, had a great career. All right. So just because the viewership fell off a little bit because you Clarkians can't, you know, can't fathom watching women's basketball without her. Okay, cool. Whatever. Still 4.1 million viewership is damn successful. I can't gloss over that. All right. I'm still going to give UConn, South Carolina, their props for still having 4.1 million people still that damn interested in a matchup that we thought was going to be phenomenal. We ended up turning out to be an ass kicking. All right, cool. But I'm not going to dismiss that 4.1 million people watching that national championship. That's still 4.1 million people supporting women's sports, which by at this point, why do we gotta keep encouraging y'all to watch women's sports? It's still a sport. I get it. It's not your cup of tea. It's cool. But one thing we're not going to do is turn yourself into a Clarkian and only pop up just to talk about women's sports if it only has to do with your favorite beloved white girl. We're not doing that. We ain't doing that. I've seen people comparing Caitlin Clark and Paige Beckers. You know, oh, man, she ain't Caitlin Clark. She ain't this, she ain't that. That's fine. Paige is a baller to me, dog. Paige is a baller to me. And if I'm being quite honest, if I was a WNBA franchise and I get the history of Paige's, you know, injuries, I would take Paige over Caitlin. I know. People are going to jump in the message. People are probably going to jump in my DMs. How dare you say something crazy like that? Okay, what I'm not going to do is just fall for the victim and fall for, you know, just being, you know, excited about Caitlin Clark when not actually looking at the actual basketball play of Caitlin and Paige. Look at how those two ladies play basketball. Like the actual basketball play that they do. I would go with Paige all day, every day, any day they ends with Y. And it's not a diss on Caitlin. Caitlin's a phenomenal player. She's a baller. I just happen to think that Paige is a better baller, a better all-around basketball player. We got to remember, it's not just about shooting and assisting. It's defense. You know, can you rebound? facilitate? Can you hustle? You got IQ, knowing when and where to be in the right spot to play defense, to shut down your opponent? I mean, there's a lot that goes in. Come on. I know people are in love and enamored with the shoot half court shots that Caitlin likes to do. Being a quote unquote female Steph Curry. Fine, cool. That's fine. How many championships did she walk away with? None. And I also think that Paige didn't also get the same publicity that Caitlin got, is because, let's be honest, Caitlin Clark is just, quote unquote, your average white girl from middle of America, from Iowa, playing little old Iowa, played for little Iowa Hawkeyes, not a premier basketball program. So her underdog story for her was easy. Was easy to gravitate to. It was a low-hanging fruit. And she had the world in the palm of her hands for the last 2 years. I don't think Paige got that same type of love. I also think it was because, hey, played at Uconn. Nobody's stressing to give players at Uconn any more accolades. You know why? Y'all get enough accolades. Y'all do enough winning. It's easier to root against a person that's on a juggernaut, a team that's been known to winning, spitting out professional lady basketballers every year. And UConn gonna spit out some professional ballers. It's like UConn, it's just natural. All right. That's just what they do. I mean, the school, UConn. I mean, they just won 2 national championships with the men the last 2 years before tonight. The women take this year. It's like almost the 2 programs of the men and women's UConns are in competition with each other and not the world. Because they try to prove the point that, hey, you go to UConn, man, you gonna win. And they do, more times than not. So I think that's probably one of the factors that Paige also didn't get a lot of that, quote unquote media love, because she wasn't so much of an underdog like Caitlin Clark. You went to UConn, baby. Like, what you're about to do, we're expected of you to do. Caitlin Clark went to Iowa. Ain't nobody expecting her to do another damn thing. But played in 4 years and go play WNBA. But she did her thing. She's almost won a national championship, but she didn't. Broke a lot of records. Broke a lot of individual stuff. Didn't have the team success. Not necessarily her fault. That's just the facts. All right? That's just the facts. But there's one thing that I think really needs to get, talked about is Gino Auriemma. And where do you rank him amongst the best of the best? Stephen A. Smith weighs in again. Hey, that ain't what I needed. All right, let me get this right. We're gonna fix this, all right, and we're gonna get right. All right. Here we go.
I think it's easy. I think it's easy to call him the greatest ever. And I'm going to tell you why.
So, Gino.
Okay. I think it's easy to call him the greatest ever. And the reason why I feel that way is because what Andrea said, it's 4 different decades that he's done this. So let's take into account the marvelous athletes that he has had. So number 1, he recruits. Number 2, in 40 years, he's gone to 24 Final Fours. Okay. He's got 12 national titles. Okay. Only 1 loss in the national title game. And the success is sustainable. I mean, as times have changed, he's had to modify to some degree, but nevertheless, he's still who he is. And it doesn't matter. It's the 90s. It's the turn of the millennium. Then it's 2010 to 20. Now here we are in the year 2025. and he delivers another national title as well, while having one of the greatest players in the game, if not a couple of the greatest players in the game, when you consider strong and how you want to add that to the equation. I'm just thinking about recruiting. I'm thinking about style of coaching. I'm thinking about a sustained level of success spanning 4 different decades. I don't know. And then when we bring about the Bill Belichick, of course, Nick Saban's Nick Saban, and I get that part. When you think about Bill Belichick, you can't help but think about Tom Brady. When you think about some of the great basketball coaches, the Phil Jacksons, you had Kobe and Shaq, and you had Jordan and Pippen and stuff like that, okay? But when you had an opportunity to coach Melo, you didn't take that up, okay? When you were in New York City, you didn't want that challenge, okay? I'm just looking at Geno. He's never ran from anything. He's won all the time. I got to give that kind of homage to where it's due. He's the greatest ever.
Well, y'all know me, y'all. I ain't no big Stephen A. fan. I hate this. He actually might be right. I'm just saying. Let's put it all in perspective, folks. I mean, for real though. Let's put it all into perspective and listen to the points that Stephen A. made. Sustainability. Geno Auriemma has coached at Uconn for over 40 years. Been there a long time. Did you hear his record? No. I ain't talking about his regular season records. I ain't talking about that crap. I'm talking about what Stephen A. said. That man's record in national championship games. All right? You can talk about GOAT. Jordan 6-0. LeBron, he 4-6. This man is 12-1 in national championship games as a head coach. 12-1. Damn near guarantee if you reach the national championship game, you're walking away with a trophy. Damn near. That's what you're telling me? We're talking about in the middle of NIL. Makes it hard for you to, still recruit because NIL pretty much is leveling the playing field. All right. 4 different decades, 40 plus years. We're talking about the evolution of basketball, especially women's basketball. Geno's been there for all of it. Probably helped lead some of the evolution of women's basketball. This man, I mean, come on now. Take women's basketball out the equation. Because I think that's one thing that needs to get discussed, especially amongst men. We want to sit here and look at the fact that he's coaching women that it shouldn't apply because it's not the same thing. They're playing the same sport. Hell, if I'm a man and I got to coach 15, 16 different young ladies who are of the age range of probably 18 to 23, dealing with all their crazy hormonal attitudes and shit, and you trying to tell me that's easy? And do that for 40 years? Deal with hormonal attitude, the possibility that they could get knocked up at any point in time. Yeah. Oh, yeah, your star point guard is a baller. But she loved throwing that thing back. She got knocked up. Lost her for the year. You got to deal with shit like that. See, we ain't having that conversation because some of y'all jokers can't take your male chauvinistic attitude out your brain and take women's basketball out of it and really think about this as a sports question. How can we not consider Geno Auriemma as one, if not the greatest coaches in all of sports? What hasn't he not done to make his resume? He's built the dynasty. Check. He's built so many dynasties. He's had different sectors of his dynasty inside his dynasty. This man got 40 years of dynasty building. And each decade probably got a different sector of dynasty with inside one big ass dynasty. What other coach has done that? You know he's going to recruit. You know he's going to recruit. He's going to have a top 5 recruiting class every year. You think I'm lying? Okay. Go look at them recruiting classes every year. It's going to say Uconn in the top 5 for probably damn near all of Gino Auriemma's career. His whole coaching career, probably top 5 every year. 40 plus years of great recruiting. I'm probably exaggerating, but I'm probably not too far off. So when we had this conversation of greatest coaches all the time, I think you'd be very, very dismissive to not include Gino Auriemma. You got to put him in the conversation, if not above the Red Auerbachs, the Phil Jacksons, the Belichicks, because he's done what they've done, and some more. And some more. This man got 12 championships. I know Phil is 10 or 11. Red Auerbach's not too far from there. I know John Wooden's not too far from there. Obviously Belichick with the 6 as a head coach, 2 as an assistant coach in New York. But if you look at some of the things that they got, not only talking about sustainability, winning, they've all had great players. Obviously, Phil Jackson's had Shaq, Kobe, Jordan, Pippen. You know, Red Auerbach had all those great Celtics teams. You know, John Wooden had a guy named, Lou Alcindor. He had him before he gave up pork and everything turned Muslim. For you young kids, that's Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, you young kids. All right. So we clear on that. All right. So when you talk about great coaches and you put up the resumes, sustainability, a lot of winning, had some great players. Just because you had great players don't make you a great coach. You got to manage that still. Got to manage that greatness. How do you use that greatness properly? Still an art form to that. So, props to Gino Auriemma. And hey, I got 3 daughters. All right, 10, 8, and 2. Y'all wouldn't even believe that the 2-year-old is probably the more sassiest one at all 3 of them. And I got to deal with that shit. I got to deal with a sassy 10-year-old. I got to deal with a sassy 8-year-old. And I got to deal with a sassy 2-year-old. I can't even imagine being Gino Auriemma and deal with 17, 16, 18 different sassy ass 18 to 23-year-old women. Couldn't do it. Nope. I ain't got enough patience. Couldn't do it. And that's dealing with menstrual cycles and all that shit. I ain't got to deal with that shit. Not yet. Oh, Lord. Don't remind me. So I'm just being honest, man. I'm capable of taking women's basketball out of it and look at it at the whole picture and compare him to other coaches in other sports at the highest level and look at what he's done and look what they've done. Comparison, very comparable, same ballpark. A lot of winning, great players. I mean, yeah. And as a coach, you should still get that same recognition for it because, like I said, who thinks they can just coach and just think that it's just something that is so easy? No. You are being a manager. And what you're managing more than anything, you're managing emotions, attitudes, behavioral shit. That's what you're managing more than anything. You're managing that stuff. That's 100% what you're managing. So, hey, man, Gino deserves his credit. Deserves his credit. He deserves all of it, man. But college basketball, it's in the books. We're on the baseball. Well, NBA basketball winding down. So is hockey, NHL. Hockey's winding down. So playoff times is right around the corner for both of those sports. So we got some exciting stuff coming around the corner. Speaking of baseball, I love it. I love how last week the torpedo, closer towards Saturday, closer towards the beginning of the week last week, the whole fuss was a torpedo bat. Fast forward a week later, the conversation's starting to die down. Told y'all, things ain't going nowhere. Matter of fact, I saw a quote somewhere from Rob Manfred, Major League Baseball's commissioner. I think I saw the quote where he said, "It's great for baseball. Yeah, we got more offense going." But I tell y'all, he don't care. He said we got more offense going. He said it's good for baseball. Read between the lines, folks. He said we saw an uptick in viewers. We saw an uptick in ticket sales. The parking sales went up. Concessions went up. Everything is on the up. Read between the lines, folks. Rob Manfred said, baseball making money, and we don't give a damn how they did it. Damn a torpedo bat. It's in regulations. Y'all shut the hell up. I told y'all. Told you that. He ain't going nowhere. That torpedo bat ain't going nowhere. Matter of fact, get used to it. You're probably going to see more people going out to go get it. All right? It costs $200. Get them at your sporting goods store. And torpedo bats ain't going nowhere. But what I really want to talk about is this. Is that baseball money. Because Saturday morning, or it's Sunday morning, I believe, Saturday and Sunday morning, woke up, Vladimir Guerrero gets the bag from Toronto Blue Jays. And the reason why I don't talk about this is because you really look at these baseball players, man, they're making some damn good money. So much damn good money that I'm kind of regretting. Why the hell did I not stick with that sport? Why did I not, get distracted by them stinking ass 16-year-old heifers when I was 16 throwing that coochie at me? I got distracted. Yeah. That baseball money different, baby. Do the math, y'all. My man Vladimir Guerrero got $500 million. $500 million over 14 years. All right. Not a bad gig. Pretty much getting $36 million a year. Pretty much. A little slightly under that, but I'm averaging up. All right. $36 million a year. All right. Now you're like, man, I thought he'd get so much more. It's fine. Yeah. $500 million. Here's the kicker. Here's why that money is better than better than football money. Here's why what he got is better than football money. I need y'all to understand. Them football players ain't getting fully, all right? FULLY, fully guaranteed contracts. All right. So Vladimir Guerrero signed for $500 million. He's going to walk away with a minimum of $500 million. He's going to see every last penny of that contract. Most NFL contracts, you'll see the guaranteed money of it, more than not, you will not see the length of that contract, especially if you're already on that second one and you're getting, or you're more than likely already past 30. In baseball, they still sign you, as I'm tongue-tied, they still sign you pretty much until the wheels fall off you. There's cats that's gotten, you know, a 10-year deal at 32 years old, 33 years old, getting a 9-year deal. You know, upwards of 200, 250, $300 million. I've seen that before in Major League Baseball. My main point about baseball money is that you don't have to sacrifice your body like that, like a hockey, which is on the lower end of the major sports, but it's probably one of the most physical. All right. Between the four sports, the two most physical sports are the less paying ones. It will go hockey, NFL, then baseball, and then basketball. Obviously, NBA is your highest paying money that you're getting because you're getting 200, 300 million over 5 years, fully guaranteed. So you could turn around, double back in 5 years, get another five-year deal, and you damn near, almost close to upwards of $1 billion in a matter of almost 10, 11 years. So, I mean, I just don't understand how you football fools continue to fall at the wayside at the bottom of this pay rate every year. You got a CBA coming up in a couple of years. Do yourself a favor, football players. You need to find a way to get closer to guaranteed contracts as best as possible. Here's the kicker. I always got a kicker because there's always something that's always stopping something from happening. It was the Deshaun Watson contract that will kill any NFL owner from ever thinking about doing a guaranteed contract. You've seen Kirk Cousins and Deshaun Watson are pretty much the only two NFL players I know knowingly, like I said, knowingly did all that. So I say all that to say this. Baseball players are living a life. Fully guaranteed contracts. Any injury that you probably suffer is, soft tissue. Can people get hurt? Yes. Ligaments do get torn in baseball. All right. Ask your pitchers. Tommy John surgery. All right. But what I'm saying is you're not doing that physical car wreck collision like you do in hockey, like you do in NFL. Matter of fact, they taking so many rules, especially at the plate. You can't touch the catcher no more, and the catcher can't be in the way no more. I mean, baseball has done some things to try to modernize this game. They still got some ways to go, but they got to get with it, and they got to get with it quick. Got to get rid of it quick. That baseball money different, y'all. Fully guaranteed. No punishment on your body like a football or hockey. I don't know, bro. If I had a son, I would probably, lean him towards baseball or soccer. We talking about baseball money? No. That's soccer money different, especially over in Europe. Go look up highest paid footballers. Go look it up. Yeah. You think NBA players making money? Shit. Cristiano Ronaldo, Messi. They said, boy, I got enough money to slap you from here to Timbuktu, boy. They got some bread. They make that NBA money look like gas money. I'm exaggerating, but I ain't too far off. Go look at what I saw a few years ago, the Saudis tried to get Messi to come over to their league for damn near $1 billion. Damn near. Just saying. Hey, soccer different, bro. Hey, they getting bread. They getting bread. Definitely big as hell over in Europe. Woo-wee. They get money. All right, y'all. That's Monday Night Show. Yeah, we hit that time. Appreciate everybody tuning in. We'll be back tomorrow. And of course, from now on for the foreseeable future, Tuesday nights will be myself and I.O.W. brother, Randy Weber. So look forward to talking sports with my bro tomorrow. Hey, and like always, I appreciate y'all. All right. So with all that being said, make sure you like, share, subscribe to the I.O.W. Sports Network channels, all that jazz. You feel me? All right. I don't know if y'all saw that. I'm almost down there trying to kill my damn self and knock my light over. I'm over here about to, take my own self out of my own damn home studio. Anyway, things be real. Y'all know what to do. Take care of yourself. Take care of each other. I'll bring your asses back on around here tomorrow. Now you hear? Because me and Randy gonna have a good old time talking that good old sports. Y'all know what it is. Well, come on. I'm out. Peace and love, y'all. Y'all be good.
Yeah. Silent Hill TD, yes, what's up? Yeah, come on. I.O.W. Sports Network, late night edition. Let's go. Come on.
We about to raise the bar. Wild card mar. Everybody grab a seat, cause you know we about to spark. Late night sports talk. Como Modelo, cigar. Man, you don't wanna start. Wild card mar.